Yo, hey, what's up, guys? Ted here with Bodies and Wicks. That's what a candle is. It has a body and a wick, and that's why it's called that. Anyway, what I do is I'm a smart money theorist, which means I don't believe in retail, which means I don't believe in trend lines. I don't believe in what are they called, harmonics. I don't believe in channels. All that stuff is just to trick you, basically, and to make you think that there is something going on. When the real thing that's going on is what's happening is that price is either looking for liquidity. It's always searching for liquidity, which means it's looking for areas to where people have their, buy stop set or buy limit sets, and their your sell limit set, sell stop set, anywhere to where there would be an area to where it would trigger something that somebody would have set and flood liquidity into the market, right? It's basically an algorithm that tries to find that. That's what this is, right? And so I'm here to teach you about the algorithm and how to find what is going on next, and we'll see what we can find with this guy, right? So I've done quite a few, Cardano, BNB, Ethereum, Bitcoin, trying to do quite a few of these because most of my videos are like over an hour. These I'm trying to get with under 20 minutes, that way and you can actually understand what's going on in a quick manner and go on about your day. All right, so right now we are doing Litecoin. All right, we're going to do Litecoin right now. So let's go ahead and switch over to the Litecoin thing, even though you don't really need me in this. Be cool if you did, but you really don't. But it's just easier whenever you see what's going on without me in the face. Now this is what eventually we're going to get to, but we're not going to start with this because this is the 15-minute. Showing you what's happening right now and what we're going to get to. So, but first, we got to go all the way back to the month. Monthly is where it's going to show you where everything has basically originated from up until where we are today. As you can see, it goes all the way back to the heyday of the first bull market. As you can see, we're coming down. I mean, we're about halfway down from the last bull market. We're still nowhere close to the bottom. Litecoin is not $25 again. We're still at 172, which is still really good. I wish it'd go up a little bit more, just because the last time I bought it, I accumulated some a little bit higher, but whatever. So with the monthly, what I look for is to see if it is balanced, right? So like I said, it's looking for liquidity and balance, right? So we first have this monthly fair value gap. So if you have 1, 2, 3 candles, and there's a void in between those candles, that is a fair value gap, in which price is attracted to always come back to try to balance. Now, it got close. It got really close. It didn't come down into it, but it got really close. But what it did do is it did balance out a lot of things, and I can tell just by looking at these other candles that have all these large wicks ahead of them and smaller bodies. So that being said, I think this could be a safe bottom for Litecoin. If not, it could just go just below it back into this monthly fair value gap, somewhere around $110, $108, somewhere around in there, maybe even as low as 104, but somewhere just in the low 100s. So that is what the monthly is telling us right now. If we go to the weekly, see here. I don't think there was much on the weekly except for this order block right here. So we did have this order block, which meant that when we had also a weekly fair value gap right here as well. And it looks like the price came through the fair value gap, hit the weekly order block, which an order block is when you have whatever the last down candle is, and the next candle it usually engulfs it, or at least the next two candles usually engulf it, or at least the first candle engulfs the last two candles, the last two down candles. And it looks like that has happened. So we do have a fair value, an order block here, meaning whenever the price comes back down and touches, that area, we should see the price reject, and we did. So we saw the price reject, the price come out and hit the fair value gap, reject, come back into the fair value gap, reject, boom, made another fair value gap. What did it do? Reject, went a little bit down lower, but the reason I think it came down this far is because we made another, and I didn't even see this until just now, we made another bullish order block. So came all the way back down here, right? So it came down, hit the bullish order block, rejected, came back down into the fair value gap, rejected. So all of this is good news for it going higher, right? And then we had the massive, of course, run that we had in early May that had us all excited, and then of course the next month, or actually the next week, took over early May, and we saw that's when we got its high. And as you can see from the fib that I have at the very bottom here, almost all the way to the high, is almost exactly the 227% extension, which is absolutely crazy that the algorithm that is running this thing is that close. I mean, it's just so close to these things, and it just shows you that there is an algorithm. Otherwise it'd be like somewhere in here or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. Your algorithm, your algorithm extension should consist of the 27s, the 50s, and the 62s on any level, and almost every time you will see price reach those near those levels. You can see here's another one, 127 is where that one got to. But that's just, and it hasn't reached that level yet. I'm just saying at the bottom of this, the bottom of it, reaching to the high of where it is now, this is where these land. And it's just, it can't be a coincidence, right? Let me move that back. So, anyways, that was the weekly. Again, not much going on the weekly. So now we get to, the closer and closer we get to the, the hour and the 15-minute is when we're going to see more and more things pop up. Daily, I didn't really see much on the daily except for this, which I didn't even put anything on there. So fair value gap daily. So that is above all of this. I did put a fib from the lowest to point that we were. Now here's another interesting detail, and this is, I've seen this happen in, I don't know how many that I've done these today and yesterday. You get this little bit of when it was going down, it stops and then it goes back up. And then when it comes back, it looks like this could be the bottom. This could be the support line, and everybody could be buying in at this point. And then what smart money does is it takes it straight down and takes everybody out or it makes them think that it's going to drop, and so people start selling. But if you're leverage trading, it'll hit your stop loss or something like that. Those are the kind of things that I've been seeing lately, and I think that's like the fourth or fifth one I've seen it do exactly the same thing, where it just stops at one point, goes back up, comes back down, and just goes right through it. So I don't know. That's just it's just crazy that it's been happening through almost every single pair that I've been going through. So now we're gonna go from daily to 4 hour, and this is where things start getting a little bit interesting. We might have to start spreading this up a little bit so we can get everything in here. So again, Fibonacci. This is the thing about what's happening that I don't like about most of, actually almost every single one of these that I've done so far. I haven't seen the price come down to the institutional buys or the institutional accumulation areas. Institutional accumulation areas would be anywhere between the 61.8 down to, it could be the 100, but usually the 88.6. That is the areas where the prices, where the smart money, the people that have all of the money, want to buy, such as your Teslas and any kind of institution that wants to to get into these things. That's exactly where they want to buy. They don't want to buy up here because this isn't a discount to them, right? But if you're going from 0 to 100%, and right now you're still above the 50%, what are you at, a 40% discount? I mean, yeah, that's a decent percent off, but wouldn't it be better to have a 79% discount or an 88% discount? Yeah, you would like that better. So I have a feeling that there is going to be some kind of drop down into this area. Now, at the 4 hour, you can see we do have an order block right here, right? So we do an order block right here, and just above that order block, we also have a fair value gap. So this is an area I would be watching if price was to start lowering. As you can see, it is. And it is in a 4 hour fair value gap right now. Now, usually what would happen is at a 4 hour fair value gap is it would dip in and then push back out if it was looking for higher prices. But unfortunately, it looks like it's not looking for higher prices. It's looking for lower prices. So it dips in, it kind of comes back out, and now you can see it start pushing through this fair value gap, unfortunately. And now once we get to the 1 hour, you'll see that, well, I didn't mean to move the whole, I should probably just put that on lock, shouldn't I? That way I don't move it again. Where'd it go? Did I delete it instead of lock it? I think I deleted it instead of locked it. Oh well. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and add another one. There we go. All right, so I guess I should probably actually lock this one. There we go. Over here, this was the 4 hour gap one. Right here is a 1 hour gap one. So we have a 1 hour gap, fair value gap as well. That's going along with this order block as well. So it's gonna have to, I have a feeling it's gonna be fighting. I wouldn't even know if it's gonna be trying to fight through these. It could just get to the the 4 hour fair value gap and then turn around because it's already below the 70.5%. but it could try to get all the way down to that 79%. Who knows? And it could try to fight and fight its way down there, and just to hit the order block below it and then finally get rejected. But in this area is where I would start thinking about accumulation if price got down to that area. But where we're at now, we do have what you can see. There was an hour order block, or actually, yeah, hour order block there going all the way across, and that's what rejected it out. But again, it's coming back into those areas. And here we go. We have two more we have two more 1 hour for fair value gaps here as well. So it's going to be trying to fight those. It could be once it gets through this one, it could hit this one, come back up and bounce off of this one. And we could just see it go sideways for a while until we see a winner of who's going to win this battle of the fair value gap. I'm afraid that the 1 hour would lose just because it is the smaller of the two time scales. And the 4 hour, I think, would take precedent over the 1 hour. And then once it gets below that, what would we look for? I would look for this right here would be the next target, right? To see if price is going to get below this level. Yeah. Draw a silver line across of it, and same thing here. Silver line. So that would be your sell side liquidity. So that would mean people would think this could be the bottom, right? Everybody would want to be thinking that this is your support, wanting to buy right at this area, and I don't think the algorithm's going to think this is the bottom at all. And it's just a lot of people would probably start buying in this area thinking it would be because it's equal to this, which is a dumb idea. Just to let you know, don't ever start buying something just because there's another spike down or another level down that looks like it could be the next level of support, whenever there's really no shown of anything of support whatsoever. I mean, the closest thing you got is this guy here, but even then, that's just a spike down. All that was doing was trying to rebalance this over here. So there was no fair value, or there was a little bit of a fair value gap, and then this just took care of it. And same thing here. I mean, the algorithm remembers a fair value gap. This thing just spiked down into the fair value gap, and that's all it did. So watch out for the sell side liquidity. So it's going to run right through it probably, and then maybe get down to these guys here. So that's what I would be watching for. I really think Litecoin is going to go lower and get down to that level, right around to, what is this level? The 139, 140, maybe down to the 133. So 140 to 133 area. Start loading up. Don't take financial advice from me. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just saying, if what I would possibly do if this was to happen is I would start loading up in these areas, and I'm going to wait to see. I'm going to put an alarm or something over here, probably right around this area here. That way it let me know as soon as it crosses that line. I know it's probably going to get down there, but I do expect it to get lower. The reason I don't expect it to get higher is if you look higher, there's really nothing that says, hey, I need to get higher. There's no equal highs. If there are equal highs, that would be a liquidity draw. I mean, this could be a liquidity draw, but all it did was basically shut down the fair value gap that was already up there, even though the fair value gap can remember the algorithm and can continue. So this could continue out. This could go up, hit it again, and come back down. That's a possibility. I do really doubt it, though. And that's why I have this here, because this, it's already taken care of all of that, and it's balanced it out. So that's why that fair value gap I don't think is much longer needed. Same thing here. This one came in with the 15-minute. If we come down to the 15-minute, so as you can see, there's a little fair value gap there. The 15-minute goes straight across. This one comes up, hits it, boom, gets rejected immediately and gets pushed down into this one. Now it's getting rejected out, and now it's getting pushed down in again. But now it's getting rejected out again. But who knows? It may not be for long. But we'll see what Litecoin has to do, right? Because right now, a lot of these coins are in the same exact predicament. They're all in between these strange fair value gaps. They're above the 62%, which is not where the financial institutions want them to be, right? Financial institutions want them to be somewhere in between the 62 and the 88. And when there's a setup, especially for them to get there, just like these fair value gaps in this order block, that way they come down here, hit this area a little bit, you start seeing accumulation, and then all of a sudden they will take off, right? But I do think we are at a safe low. I don't think it's going to get much lower than this. It's just going to be, how are we going to get down to this area? How long is it going to stay there? And then, what's going to happen on the next drive up. So don't get too scared, or don't think we're in a bear market or anything like that. It's just sideways, and who knows what is going to happen next. So again, thanks. Go ahead and thanks for watching. It means a lot to me that you guys are watching my channel. Hopefully you learned something, hopefully something different than what you normally would have learned. You don't have, here, let me go back here. It's not like you got, hold on. Let me see here if I can't find something to make fun of somebody about, just because I like making fun of people who do stupid things about the market. Because you really can't, it's not like you got some guy named Ben, over here going, well, look at here, we got this trend line. Well, he never really does anything anyway. But it looks like we got this trend line coming up here, and well, it didn't work because something fell right through it. Well, let me see if I can't find another way of a trend line that equal that guy right there. So let me see if I can't pull this in over here, and it looks like we got ourselves a trend line now. And I think it came from that area right there, and it hit that. It hit this area over here, and now I think the next time it comes up and it's going to hit this trend line is when we're going to see the next bull market. But it's got to get, it could go sideways for a long time before it hits that. That crap is meaningless. Don't listen to that crap. All right, guys, just understand that price always is looking for liquidity, and it's always looking for balance. That's all it's looking for. So if you think you want to hear some more things like this, and you want to see more analysis like this, please go ahead and do me a huge favor. give me a big smash on that like. Please subscribe to my channel. I would be more than happy to have you become a Patreon. Doesn't cost much. I know I have the lowest amount out there, just to help me go and keep me going with this channel. But hopefully soon I'll be throwing some signals out there and starting a signal channel as well, and I'll be offering a discount with my Patreon, if you sign up early. That is, if you sign up early. But that's me. That's it. That's enough for Litecoin here today, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. And always remember to keep your pants on. Just keep them on.